Everyone asks me, what are the best date night fragrances? But what about first date fragrances? When you need a scent that smells amazing, but likable, performs enough, but not too strong, and not smelling too out there or niche, and most importantly, not smelling like her ex. No worries, I got you. We have 10 perfect first date fragrances when you want to make an impression that will last. So first up, we're going to talk about one that when I tried it for the first time, it instantly became one of my top 5 men's fragrances for life. I've been talking about it over and over and over again because it is just so good. Can you guess what it is? Of course, we're talking about Smesh by Super's Budapest. And why? Because this fragrance smells like the perfect gentleman, a well-rounded man that can do it all. It's very aromatic, elegant and dressy, slightly exotic with the spices in here, but also a little bit earthy with a really nice dry vetiver. There's so many different nuances to this fragrance that just, it's so enticing and sensual and very sexy on a man. It has this very classic fougere vibe with lavender and tonka bean, but it's mixed with neroli, which is a very different floral to wear for a man, but also incredibly elegant. Mixed with cashmere, it gives the whole fragrance, it just sets the mood for the whole scent, guys. It just gives it the most luxurious feeling and just this very rich smell. Amber and vanilla in the base, it's just crazy sensual and will make the perfect impression. It's sensual, but it's also very classy and rich and impressive. It's not too loud in projection, which is why I think it's perfect for a date, but the longevity is here in the sillage. This is the type of scent that when you meet her at like the restaurant bar and you're being seated at your table, the scent trail on this is going to have her in a spell. She's going to be swooning behind you. It is just, oh, you guys, Smesh. And then she's going to be able to smell you all night long. If you guys give her a hug, it's probably going to stay on her clothes as well. It is so perfect and so hot. I cannot just praise this one enough. It is so incredibly good. Wear Smesh if you want to make a crazy good impression, and the price point on these are unbelievable. That's another reason why I like to talk so much about this brand, is just because you get such great quality for an amazing price. Around anywhere from $80 to $100 for a 50 ml. In today's market, it's really crazy, and I still believe this is one of the best values in the niche world today. And you can use my code as well, Erica10, for an additional 10% off. Just trust me on this one. It's super sexy. So number 2 on the list, we're going to be talking about Myself by YSL. The more time that I spend with this fragrance, the more I become addicted to it. And the more that I realize the charm of this scent. This also has a very unique floral aspect, but done with orange blossom, which is not typically found in a ton of men's fragrances. It is found here and there, but not so common. It kind of gives it this really beautiful, romantic energy. It opens fresh, but warm at the same time. It smells like a Casanova. Honestly, this smells like a flirt. It has a slightly spicy green patchouli mixed with this very crisp bergamot, and has a very dominant amber fix, which is not the same as in Broxton, but it's done very well and not typical. It has like a very clean, elegant feel mixed with something a little bit more very romantic, like I said. It's so engaging and flirty. I think that flirty is the best way to describe Myself. It's perfect for summer date night. So we have another fragrance from YSL. We have La Nuit de L'homme Eau de Toilette, the scent that no woman on this planet can deny. It's not just a flirt. This one is a bona fide lady killer. If we're gonna go there, it's a sex god fragrance. Aromatic lavender mixed with a beautiful creamy cardamom and some woods. It's all about the appeal of the cardamom in this scent. It's still fresh, but has this darker, more mysterious edge. Kind of gives off a little bit of a bad boy vibe. This is going to have people seriously attracted to you. It's like a magnet for women. Simple, classic, but that cardamom is what really pulls everything in this scent together. It's an oldie, but a goodie, and it still works every single time in 2024. La Nuit de L'homme Eau de Toilette. So next up we have a classic blue fragrance, Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. Every man out there needs at least one fantastic blue fragrance in their collection, and Bleu de Chanel does it the best. It opens with the fruity citrus with a lot of depth. Before Sauvage, this was the #1 seller in the world. You get a creamy grapefruit with this pink pepper, ginger, and nutmeg, and I think that the Eau de Parfum is the most versatile Bleu de Chanel. It smells like a clean, very rich man. Suit and tie, the base takes a little bit of a darker side with incense, woods, and amber. It is impossible to dislike this one. So next we have Felicity from Paradis Descends, a stunning fragrance that I promise you your date has never smelled on a man before. It's this gorgeous, aromatic, very balanced, kind of smoky, leathery tea scent with a lot of interest. This was my favorite discovery at Exxons this year. Cardamom, tobacco, juniper, citrus, black tea, leather, and sandalwood. It has this very fresh green vibe with this very aromatic zestiness. Beautiful tea and bergamot with a very luxurious green cardamom. But it has this very nice, soft, balancing leather and tobacco. It's very subtle. It doesn't really jump out at you as being super leathery or super tobacco dominant, but what it does is it kind of adds this really nice, mysterious kind of spiced, darker background to the tea. One of the best go-tos for summer. If you love tea fragrances, this is one that you need to try. It's a 10 out of 10, very confident, calming. It is so good. Felicity by Paradis Descends. So this next fragrance is for a guy with a little bit of a playful side. We have Creation E Parfum Cologne from Roja, which is now rebranded as Enigma worldwide. This is a very alluring woody vanilla with that famous Rose de Mai that Roja does so well, with this beautiful kind of sparkling fizzy Coca-Cola vibe. Heliotrope, black pepper, and cardamom, ginger, benzoin. It's so dimensional. It smells very unique, but very appealing at the same time. It's rich, it's refined, it's a total showstopper, and just blooms on a man's skin. But I would say at least in the summer to make sure that it's going to be an indoor date, because this one is a little bit better for summer nights, fall and winter. Not really great for like super hot, humid summer nights. Next up, we have Stronger With You Intensely, a beloved gem, another sweet vanilla, because PSA, women love to smell sweet fragrances on men. This is going to be more of a dimensional gourmand. It still has this very vibrant, bright opening, and I immediately get this very nice kind of sweet, nutty toffee, but it's not too much. It's not over the top sweet, mixed with a lot of cinnamon and amber. You get a touch of lavender, which kind of gives it a little bit of a freshness mixed with the sweetness. It's a really nice contrast, and just overall creates a very appealing and wearable scent. More versatile and year-round, this one is going to work for summer nights thanks to that lavender and violet. Cold classic, smells very sexy. Stronger With You Intensely. Of course, we have to include Cedrat Boise by Mancera, the type of DNA that you can never go wrong with. Citrusy, playful, kind of woody and leathery, going in an Aventus direction, but not totally. This is definitely Mancera's own take, not a copy in my opinion, but in that kind of same realm. It has that classic like candy sweetness that you get from Mancera with woodiness and leather and patchouli. It doesn't have like as much of that spiciness and dark side that you'll find in Aventus. It's musky and mossy, and I love the sweetness here. Just done in a way that feels so Mancera, you know? Best citrus fruity leather. So playful for date night, perfect for the summer. Cedrat Boise by Mancera. Next up, we have a hidden gem from Jean Paul Gaultier, Scandal Eau de Toilette. I don't know, just to me, it feels like the Scandal line has been kind of overlooked by Le Male, but Scandal is really, really good. Semi-gourmand, you get this beautiful, sexy caramel and tonka bean mixed with some very classic manly elements like clary sage, mandarin orange, and vetiver. It's a very nice contrast between the two, that kind of earthy side with that kind of semi-gourmand, sexy caramel. It's addicting. You get citrus with some sweetness with vetiver. It doesn't go too green, but all of these notes just work beautifully beautifully together. Definitely a very like sexy, alluring, look at me type of fragrance. Smells like a very playful, outgoing guy. Scandal. I prefer the Eau de Toilette over Les Parfums. But look forward to my review coming very soon of the new Scandal Absolute. So last we have a fragrance that I've been getting so many requests to talk about. We have the new Nuit de L'homme IDL Parfum. One last dimensional gourmand to finish off the list. So sexy to smell this type of scent profile on a man, especially on a date. You want to make a beautiful first impression, wear a dimensional gourmand. Trust me. This is straight up sexy, guys. This is amaretto, leather, musk, and patchouli. A very dry, like slightly rugged leather with a syrupy, boozy, almondy amaretto. Just a slight booziness though. This has a very like alluring romanticism as well. It's very mysterious, but has a lot of personality at the same time. And it's not so typical, you know? It's not just like a typical blue scent. It's for the type of man that wants to project his taste, his own personal taste. It's still manly enough in a very modern way because of that leather. And in this, I get a very equal proportion of that leather and that boozy almondy amaretto. Just draws you in. It has great longevity as well. It's unique and rich. Honestly, this smells like you have a multiple six-figure bank account, or at least that you're trying to. I absolutely love it. And so I want to finish off this video with an honorable mention because this would just not be a complete first date fragrance without the love of my life, Via Cavour 1 by Xerjoff. There has not been a more perfect date night fragrance created on this earth. Now this one is a little bit more pricey, but I wanted to include it for anyone that just feels like splurging a little. So this is going to be the ultimate dimensional gourmand that you could possibly wear, the best wearable dimensional gourmand. You get a lot of beautiful notes with peach, there's dark chocolate and caramel, a little bit of this red berry vibe. And you kind of get a little bit of a booziness when you first smell it. And this has a beautiful presence of cashmere, absolutely gorgeous cashmere in here with a very nice subtle, not creamy, but it's a very like camouflage patchouli. It's actually a very patchouli dominant scent, but it doesn't jump out at you like patchouli. There's just something spicy in the background here. It's a little bit woody, a little bit musky. It is so, so good, guys. It's like chocolate and caramel and vanilla with this patchouli and this very bright quince and peach. It is so special. I cannot reiterate enough. Like I've talked about this so many times on my channel. Everyone asks me, what is your #1 fragrance? It's always going to be Via Cavour 1. This is like my 3rd bottle in the last 2 years, and I have a new one coming as well, because I'm just so addicted to it. It is so phenomenal on a man, but if you're thinking that it's gonna be a little too sweet if you've sampled it, I would recommend checking out Aurum by Chemi. It is basically the same exact scent, but it has a darker side. It has more of like a dark woodiness with oud added. It is also very sexy, but there's just something about this on a man. So elegant, so sensual. Definitely one to try out and thank me later. So guys, that was just my top 10, technically 11, best first date fragrances. All of these will work beautifully when you're first meeting someone. You don't have to worry about offending them with your particular niche taste, and you can kind of ease them in. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. All of the fragrances that I mentioned will be linked in the description below, and please leave a comment. What is your favorite first date fragrance? I would love to know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.